I can't fucking believe I'm making another video on this channel about the Premier League and we still ain't fucking won a game. Sheffield 1-0 loss. Shoulda won. Crystal Palace 2-2 draw. We were 2-0 up from the 10th minute and then we go and draw 2-2. Fucking joke. And today, 1-1 against Wolves. We were up from the 21st minute and then they go and score and I think it was the 76th. Why? Because of Emery's masterclass. Emery's stupid little substitutions yet again. Every single week Emery has to do something wrong. He had it perfect. He had everything set out perfectly until the 60th minute when he decided to make stupid substitutions. Absolute fucking joke. Honestly leaves Arsenal fans speechless sometimes because of how stupid he can be. Only he can do it. Obviously, there's Ole at United as well. United lost 1-0 to Bournemouth today, which would have been an even better reason for Arsenal to win. Go 3 points even further away from United. Because we all know United, Tottenham, Chelsea and Arsenal are competing every year now. It's between City and Liverpool at the top and between Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, United. But Emery goes and pulls his little fucking masterclass. But we have to give him props for one thing, and that's the lineup. The lineup was great until the 60th minute. He started Ozil and Ceballos, which everyone wanted to see. The passes between them, the skills that Ozil does, the passes that Ozil pick out, no one else can do. No one. Ozil is Mesut Ozil. That's why he can do it. Aubameyang and Lacazette were having fun with Ozil and behind them. They were having absolute fun. Why? Because they were getting what they wanted. They were getting passes. They were getting the chance to attack. But what does Emery do? Fucks it all up. And we're going to go through the team bit by bit like I always do, going from the goalkeeper downwards. But before we get into the video, I do want to say we have to give him props for the lineup until the 60th minute before anyone takes what I say the wrong way. I'm going to admit, it was a good lineup until the 60th minute. But let's get into the actual breakdown of the game now. So, Bernd Leno in goal. He had a great game. Made good saves, excellent saves. There were places where he could have done better. For example, playing out from the back caught us out yet again. They didn't score from us playing out from the back, don't get me wrong. But there were so many situations where we played out from the back and got ourselves in trouble so much. Like, it was actually scary to watch, but we do it every week anyway. And it's not even... I realise the sequence here. It's not even our defenders that get the ball from Leno when we play out from the back. Guendouzi comes inside and gets the ball off Leno, which causes even more problems because they press Guendouzi so hard. Our centre-backs move out of position. So if they can't catch us on the counter from us losing the ball, we're screwed. We're actually screwed. And the majority of our mistakes come from us playing out from the back. For example, the Watford game. Socrates with a stupid mistake, letting Deulofeu go in and score. However, Socrates cleverly scored. Deulofeu was in the box though when he got the ball. Anyway, talking about this game. For me, today, Callum Chambers on the right was good. He was decent. He had a good game. It's just a couple times he got caught out by Diego Jota, their number 18, who made a couple runs inside, got in between Chambers and Socrates. But apart from that, Chambers was quite good. He made attacking runs. He helped out the defence. He didn't give away any clumsy challenges today, I don't think, anyway. And yeah, that's me talking about Callum Chambers. Now, our centre-back pairing, I don't know whether they were good or bad because they were good at some points. Like, for example, Socrates, he was a tank today. Like, he was putting himself in. David Luiz doing what he does, staying back and recovering if anything happens. But it's just we get caught out so much, so many times. The exact same thing happened today, which happened against Crystal Palace, where Jordan Ayew got in behind, David Luiz poor marking, and then a header to make it 2-2. Same thing today. This time from the other side, we got caught out at the front post again, or should I say front post this time, and Jimenez was there to make it 1-1. It's poor defense. Our centre back should be in front of the defender, not behind them. But for some reason, whoever was marking Jimenez, I think it was Socrates, let Jimenez through too easily, in my opinion. That's the problem. But Rob Holding had a poor game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, which is why I think Emery never started him today. I don't think Holding was even on the bench today. But what I would say is drop David Luiz, play Chambers in centre-back and play Bellerin on the right if you're not going to start Holding. Because I understand Bellerin just come back from an ACL injury, but he could play a couple minutes and maybe take him off later on in the game, when we're feeling comfortable. Now, Kieran Tierney, this is the one I don't understand. He had such a good game, attacking and defending. But yeah, Emery takes him off yet again, just like Crystal Palace. The exact same substitution. Takes off Tierney for Kolasinac when it's 1-1. And we're leaving our £72 million striker or winger on the bench and not even let him see a minute of this game. I don't fucking understand it. Honestly, I don't understand what goes on in Emery's brain. I don't understand his mindset. And then Torreira, again, not sticking to the CDM position. That's not his fault. That's the instructions he's getting from Unai Emery. He's being asked to play as an attacking midfielder when we've got players like Mesut Ozil and Ceballos. When Lacazette and Aubameyang spread out wide, Torreira was going into the number 9. God knows why that was. So if we got caught on the counter, there was no one good like Torreira to be covering the centre-back. Guendouzi he's too sloppy sometimes. Honestly, he's great because he does pick up the ball a lot for us, but he lost it so many times today and there was no one behind him because Torreira was playing as like a cam. I don't know what... That's the thing. Once we made our subs, Arsenal fans don't know where anyone's playing at anymore because Emery has no shape to the midfield. There's no tactics. Lacazette and Aubameyang loved having Ozil behind them. Lacazette, we can't understand why he came off, but that was a like-for-like change. We can't argue. A striker for a striker. Martinelli came on. But I don't understand why we changed formation. Actually, I do know why. Because Emery took off Torreira and brought on Bukayo Saka. How could you take off an experienced CDM who was having a great game today and bring on someone like Bukayo fucking Saka? It would have been much better if someone like Guendouzi came off or Ceballos came off. Guendouzi could have stayed on, just to secure the defensive side of the midfield. And then the Guendouzi and Torreira could have dropped into a defensive 2 with Ozil in front, changed to a 4-3-3, Martinelli up front, Aubameyang on the left. And this is where I would have taken off Ceballos and brought on Nicolas Pepe. Now, we left our £72 million record signing on the bench for this whole game at home against Wolves in a game where Pepe could have come on and done something 100%. Now let's have a quick look at their team. So as I said, Diogo Jota was getting in behind Chambers and Socrates a lot. He was playing on the left for them. Jimenez was playing as their number 9. Adama Traore was playing on the right. But as I said, Tierney did a great job defensively and he had Adama Traore behind on locks, And then they were playing a 3 at the back with wing backs, which means we could have made so many passes. Ozil was picking out the passes. Don't get me wrong. Ozil was just being Ozil, picking out great passes. But once Lacazette came off, there was no experience or there was nothing up there anymore because Aubameyang was put out on the wing and Martinelli was put up front with Saka on the wing as well, which is, it's not good because Saka, he couldn't do anything. He was getting stuck. Every time he delivered the ball, it was a poor delivery. Whereas Pepe, it would have been a different story because we all know what Pepe can do. Now, as I said, we can't be leaving a £72 million striker on the bench. I would have even loved to see Joe Willock come on at one point. He has so much energy, whenever he loses the ball, he goes straight back. But the main sub I don't agree with was Kolasinac coming on for Tierney. For no reason at all. Tierney wasn't injured, was having a great game defensively and offensively. But yeah, he comes off. It's a fucking joke now, honestly. There's not much I can say because we only started playing poor from the 60th minute once Emery made those subs. Apart from that, we played great. But how can we take off our CDM and bring on an inexperienced winger in Saka in a game like this? Don't underestimate Wolves. They're great against the top six. They have a good record against the top six. It's a joke, absolute joke. Honestly, Emery needs to fix up. He needs to fix up because at this rate, I was behind Emery. Let me be real. End of last season, towards the start of this season, I was behind Emery. We got off to a good start in the season with 2 wins. Newcastle was the first win of the season. Forgot who we played after that, but we won. And then we got into the Europa League final last season. But this season, home decides to be the problem, or seems to be the problem. Last year it was away. I think this year, home is the problem. Because Crystal Palace at home, we played shocking after the first 10 minutes when we went up. And today, after the subs, our game plan changed. There was no shape to the midfield. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's a joke. Emery, honestly, for me, needs to go in January or as soon as possible. And we need to bring in someone like Allegri while it's available. Because, Jose Mourinho's even trending on Twitter for Arsenal. But he would set us up defensively, but attacking Emery, Moutinho's always been a problem. So I don't know how that's going to run. But I wouldn't ever take Mourinho at Arsenal, to be honest, because I just don't like him. He's not the best manager, I'm going to be real. He used to be a good manager, but since he started going so defensive, he went down in what he ever stood for before. He was great when he was manager of Chelsea, won the league with them. He managed other teams as well, was successful with them. But I just don't think Mourinho has that anymore. However, Allegri is a great manager and great friends with Juventus. I would take Allegri. Unai Emery, for me, he's not the one. He has to go. And his game plan is always wrong. He always does an Emery masterclass, somehow ruins the game. And yeah, I just don't know anymore, honestly.